a holder of degree in social sciences, a diploma in education technology, certificate in liberal studies, and also is having the working experience, which is amazing. The field facilitator with Evangelical Lutheran Development Services, the farm supervisor with Ilovo Sugar, Malawi, field officer with United Purpose, the district coordinator also with the United Purpose. Adding was that you've also worked as an advocacy coordinator with CARD, and now the project coordinator. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Feel free. Yeah. First of all, I would like to know, like, how is Jessica and the family?
Thank you very much for having an interest in knowing about my family. They're all fine?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much. So I would like to, first of all, you should share us the background of yourself from the high school, growing up, from where you are now. How's the journey?
Oh, thanks so much. I think the journey has been amazing. Yeah, with ups and downs. As we know that in Africa we have similar problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've grown up in a family of around 10. Yeah, about 6 of us boys and 4 women.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see it was a very big family.
A very big family.
So the parents really had a lot of responsibilities to take care of us. So I did my primary school at Chikwawa, where I come from, in the southern region of Malawi. Yeah. That's where I did my primary school from Sunday 1 to 8 at Magande Primary School. Then I went to Sunday school at Magande Community Sunday School. Yeah. The same district in Chikwawa. Yeah. Thereafter, I attempted journalism with the Blind Approach Journalism. Wow. Yeah, it was a 6-month period program. But in my third year, I think I had to drop. Then I joined the University of Agriculture to pursue a diploma in irrigation technology. Wow. Thereafter, I went straight to Ilovo Sugar, where I worked with close to 7 years as a farm supervisor. Wow. There I resigned. I joined United Purpose. Because that time I wanted to pursue my degree, so working at an estate, I couldn't be given enough time to do that. Because sometimes you're supposed to work even during the weekends. Yeah. So I wanted to resign from Ilovo and join a private sector or an NGO whereby I would only be allowed to work for Monday to Friday, so that I should utilize the weekend for the weekend program to do my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
And I'm really confused, like, Chikwawa, that's very far from here. What happened so that you should be founded here in Zareka?
Sure, I think as human beings we move a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really a pleasure to everyone look for greener pastures. Yeah. So after staying in Chikwawa for quite long, because Ilovo Sugar is still in Chikwawa.
Yeah, still in Chikwawa.
And United Purpose I was also working in Chikwawa.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to change the environment. So I said, okay, let me try another age of life.
Yeah.
So before coming to Nzareka Indoa, United Purpose sent me to Balaka. Yeah, where I stayed for about 6 months. Thereafter, as I was supposed to send me to Dedza to work as a nutrition officer there, then I said no, let me change the direction and even the work environment.
Exactly.
It's when I applied for the post of advocacy coordinator with the Church Action Youth and Environment card. Then they posted me here.
Wow.
Sure.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I've seen that you have the working experience with farm management for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So in this 10 period of years working with the farms, the states, what did you discover about the farm management?
Okay, working as a farm manager, it's a very exciting field. But here in Malawi, or maybe I believe in across Africa, it has been a field that has been dominated by elderly people. Yeah. So you can join as a farm manager or a farm supervisor. You have a lot of responsibility. Yeah. That you need to be working in that particular field. So in most cases, we work with people that are very old, because as a farm supervisor, underneath you have to be looking after the capitals and other portfolios that are within the field of agriculture. So you find maybe you can have this experience, but look at your age. For you to be commanding people that have been in the field for quite long, it's really challenging. Because they have experience and you've got the expertise that we're just gotten from education, from school. Yeah. So whenever you're trying to articulate issues, it's really a challenge during the onset or the entry of the system. Yeah. But as time goes on, you familiarize yourself, you really understand that you are there, just complement what's already on the ground. So in the beginning, it was tough. But as time goes on, you settle well in the system.
Wow.
Sure.
And cause it's really challenging, as you were saying, to be commanding elderly people when they're seeing you that you are young and them they're old, they have much experience into the farming field. What strategies do you use so that at least they can feel that they really need you?
Yeah, like another profession, the most important thing is you need to humble yourself.
Humble yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether we're working with people that are old, even the young ones,
you
have to humble yourself, because in each and every situation, there's learning taking place. They are learning from you. At the same time, you are learning from them. So in most cases, when you're just entering the field, they normally treat you as an intruder. So everyone will keep out the secrets, the experience they share with to see how you're going to behave in that particular workplace. So when they see that the person you are open enough to them, you are adding value to the community. It's when they come to you and say you are doing this ABCD, but I think the best way to do this, you have to do ABCD. The same applies. You also tell them that traditionally we've been doing this in this particular way, but with passage of time, we have got technology. Things have changed a lot. So currently we are using this ABC technologies. So in that way, things are always simple for you. Sure.
So I can feel that you have experience into the farming field. As I can see, you are into the farm management. You have experience in that. You're also an expert into the environmental management and also development analysis. So how do you connect these three things so that you can make something good, something tangible?
Well, like I said, it's across, but mostly I normally centralize my discussion on Africa, because in most African countries, we rely much on agri-based economy, whereby much of our money comes from the soils. So if you can look well, before pursuing for a bachelor's degree in social science, human studies, I was into agriculture. I have the background of agriculture at the back of my mind. So upon analyzing the situation in Malawi, that most people that are contributing even to taxes, production, are peasant farmers. But if you can look at them, they have been into the system for quite long. They are not developing. They are doing it as a traditional agriculture. So I said, okay, what is the missing puzzle in this particular field? It means there need to be some sort of mindset change. They are doing production, they are getting money, but they are not getting out of the poverty traps. So I said, okay, what if I link it with another field that I'll be able to link agriculture this side, development this side, so that whenever I'll be executing my job, I should be able to give them a very good direction. If you can look into social science, development studies, there are a lot of courses that are related to environment, gender issues. So these are some of the pertinent issues that maybe are putting us backward in Africa in terms of development. So the combination of this particular agriculture, this particular social science, I've done liberal arts here at JWL. You know, the sky's the limit. It's really helping me, it's really shaping me well on how I'm doing my job as an employed person, and also as an individual family level. Because as people say that learning has to translate to change. If learning has taken place and there's no change, it means learning hasn't taken place. That's
true. Wow. Thank you very much for that. And we've talked more like I really now have a much crew. I've been listening about you from many different people, but now I'm also having an idea from yourself. So let us go now to CAD itself. And CAD, it was established as an organization in 1995, and it's working in more than 120 countries. So I would like to know the history of CAD here in Sareka. When did it start working and the rest, please?
Alright, if you can look backward to the history of CAD, you'll see it started like a relief organization.
Yes, a relief organization, exactly.
Like in Malawi, it established around 1994. That was in Sanje, Chikwawa as well. When there was war in Mozambique, whereby we had refugee camps in Chikwawa and the Sanje. So most of the activities were related to relief programs. So they have expanded a lot now currently, because they are now in Malawi, a lot of districts.
In
Mangochi, Togo, Baraka, Mulanje, here in Doha, they also have another project in Mponera, Lilongwe, even in Chinchi. So they are now closing the boundaries. They are no longer only into relief, but they are also into livelihood and other development-related projects.
Yeah.
Now, linking it to Dzaleka, if you previously, the way this camp was set up, it was mostly based on relief, whereby the WFP was much responsible for caring the refugees and the asylum seekers in terms of provisions of whether it's food and other natural items. So, with passage of time, CAD developed interest to say, okay, what can be our take in this particular field? How can we contribute towards the livelihoods of the refugees and even host communities in Dzaleka? So, coincidentally, there was an advert at the UNHCR that they wanted a partner to be implementing the livelihood program here in Dzaleka. So, CAD applied. So, with its rich experience in the relief and the livelihood programs, it was already the contract.
When was that?
Here in Dzaleka is 2016.
2016?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Sure.
So it has been operating from 2016 up to now, almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years in the system.
Wow, that's great.
Sure.
So in some of the programs, CAD is implementing food security, climate change, income generating activities, and building capacity in the communities.
Sure.
So can you tell us more about these activities here in the camp?
Right, here in the camp, specifically, we have got 4 thematic areas that CAD is operating on.
Okay.
The first one is agriculture, but this area is branched into 2.
Okay.
Whereby we've got the livestock department, we also have the crops department.
Wow.
Under crops department, we also have 2 arms there, whereby we are doing production of crops using irrigation farming. We're also doing the very same crop production using rain-fed farming. In all these particular 2 productions, we normally target high-value crops. Crops that can be grown on a small piece of land, but the participant or the grower should be able to realize substantial amount of money. So we have developed around 4 irrigation schemes here within the camp. I've got 1 in this side at Tatolonga. We've got 3 this side.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're also doing rain-fed agriculture. So under this rain-fed agriculture, we normally use a win-win situation, because if you can go 100% of our budget under UNHCR is supported by UNHCR 100%. So it means there is a criteria that we need to meet. So 60% of the participants that we are working with should come from the camp. Should either be asylum seekers or refugees. First, 40% should be from the host communities. But all of these should be the vulnerable people. We know the camp, people sometimes it's very tricky. When you say it must be vulnerable, everyone can say I'm vulnerable. But the disparities are different. And you can even agree with me that even within the camp, there are others that are better off than others. So in terms of recruitment, we normally target from it's bottom up. If you want, let's say we want maybe 100 participants from the camp, we group them, we say all of you are vulnerable. But who is the most vulnerable? So we start from the bottom. The most vulnerable, the number 1, we pick from the number 1, go up until we reach the cut-off point.
That's true.
So the other one is on livestock production, whereby we also have participants that are in groups, whilst others work individually. Because under livestock, there are others that are doing broiler production, others are doing layers production, pig galley, quails, goat production, and dead animals. Activities under goats and the dead animals, participants operate individually. We give the self capital to individuals. What's the rest? Individual people work in groups. So currently we normally sell eggs at our livestock site. When the production is in progress, we normally sell broiler chickens. All these things are done for free. Whenever they get the profits, it's theirs, so that they can diversify into other business, so that they can enhance the living standards of their households. The other one is on business enterprise. In this particular context, we also have participants that normally operate individually. They are given startup capital. It's not much, sometimes around 100,000, sometimes 150, and it is their proposals to increase it to about 1,000. Whereby participants are put in a group, they are taught maybe business management trainings, so that they should be given startup capital. They can start anything that they think, whether it's selling tomato, whether it's cabbage, whether it's a small shop, as long as they're able to generate incomes. To us, we don't have problem with that. So others are doing maybe sausage production, others are doing home guard production as business.
As business.
Yeah. The last but not least, we have a component of advocacy, where this particular component specifically looks at the relationships that are there between the refugees and host communities. Because where people live, there's always animosity. People sometimes speculate things. So we ensure that the host community, they are well informed of some of the challenges that the POCs face, that themselves can be a solution to it. Like an example, land. If you want to do agriculture here, where can you do agriculture in the camp? There's no land. So you need to be linked with someone in the host communities, whereby you can go there and get a piece of land. Whether you pay money or the project will help you in one or the other.
Both sides.
Both sides.
So there is coexistence.
There is coexistence.
You are also like promoting the coexistence.
Sure.
Wow.
Because if they can appreciate that they are seeing benefits from people from the camp, the more they love you. And even if you can also see the benefit of working with them, the more you can also love them. So you end up living in peace.
In peace.
Sure.
Wow, that's really true. So for these 8 years, you've been working here in this community of Saleka and host communities. I believe you've seen a change. So can you please share us some of the changes which you have seen from this society?
Well, the changes can be in 3 ways. One at project level, as CAD, we've seen changes. The other one was change in terms of participants.
Participants from themselves.
The other change can be taken on perceptions now. What were people thinking of a refugee previously and now? So I'll start maybe with at project level. At the project, when during the onset of the coming of the project, 2016, and the time I joined, because I joined around 2017, 18, we were facing a lot of some sort of resistance and even challenges in terms of implementation of the project. Because for the smooth implementation of the project, there need to be a very good uptake of the concept by the participants themselves. When we came, a lot of people thought it was just like a relief program, whereby we give them, whether it's fertilizer, they sell, off they go. Whenever they're given goats, whether it's chicken, they sell, they go. What's at the back of our mind? We wanted it to be a self-capital. That whenever they're being given fertilizer, they should make use of it, they should realize incomes, so that their household should improve. They should engage in a certain business, so that as the things from WFP are still being reduced, because previously the refugees were getting maybe a very good chunk from WFP. Whether it's money, whether it's remains, it was a very good chunk. But now it kept on going down. It's reducing time and again. So I said, okay, if you engage in the right program, save money, start a business. So that even if the WFP today say we're no longer assisting you, you don't have money, you should still what?
Continue surviving. Exactly.
So that is on project level. We have seen change, the perception has changed. People are now able to know that whenever you do in this particular program, the utmost goal is for me to be self-reliant. There's that will change, and there's a project we have with that because it's really making our job easier. Now going at the individual level now, the project cannot survive without individuals surviving. There's no way. Our stay in Zarega, it depends much on how participants on the ground are performing. Because we receive funds from donors. And the donors always visit us. They need to make, whether it's auditing to see if what we were employed to do is what is happening on the ground. So that's why we work tirelessly as an office, the entire staff, to ensure that whatever was agreed in the contract is really being translated on the ground. So we are happy because we have testimonies from other participants that have really graduated. They have now realized incomes, they are now on their own, they are doing better. So to us, it's a very good case story that others have not done well, but still within the process, we've got other people that have done extremely well. The last but not least is on perceptions, as I said. Previously, even before coming here, because I've interacted a lot with the refugees, even where I'm coming from. So I do not have even the view of how does it look like to be in the camp. Is it like a prison? How is it like? So when I joined CAD, I said, okay, we'll go to Zarega. I said, okay, a refugee camp.
It's
How
like
does
a
it look like?
camp, yeah.
So I was very anxious. Okay, let me go and see. So I came here, joined. I said, my first day at the office. Where is the camp now?
What year was that?
That's early 2018.
Early 2018. Wow.
Where is the camp? I said, you are in the camp. I said, but my thinking was something else.
You see the tents, yeah, like
It's first like maybe a face.
A face, yeah, a face itself.
face, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
So it means even down here, even if you're going to go to Blantyre, go to zoos, go to other districts, where people have never been here. If you ask them, okay, we have the refugee camp, can you tell me how does it look like? How do you visualize it? They will give you another perception.
They'll give another perception.
Even amongst the host communities here, the relationship previously between the Malawians and refugees, it wasn't all good.
It wasn't all good. Exactly, that's true.
There was a lot of animosity. Say, maybe they're taking out our business.
Yeah.
They're doing this, they're doing this, they're doing this. So people were only capitalizing on the bad side of it.
Yeah, like the single story.
The single story.
The single, yeah.
Okay.
True.
So it's like, suppose you come from the camp today, you went to, maybe you've gone to Longa. You have engaged, maybe you have unified with somebody else. Okay. Maybe you've been in badly. So, wow, who is this one? Maybe it's John from FT camp. Say, no, people from the camp. They're troublesome.
They're troublesome.
Okay. So that's what has been said from time immemorial.
Yeah.
But with passage of time, the host communities are able to appreciate that in the camp, people in the camp, they're just like another person.
Another person.
If you go to host communities, there are people that are good.
Exactly.
There are also people that are bad.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the nature of human beings.
Human beings,
Yeah.
the nature of human beings.
So currently the perception has changed.
Yeah.
Whenever I've gone out, you've done something bad, it will no longer be refugees, but it will be you as an individual.
As an individual.
So to us, it's a plus.
It's a plus, to be honest. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
true. That's true. And I can say that ever since CAD came to implement their activities, even agricultural practices here have been improving. It's like a booming activity. Because even now, like, people are relying on tomato which is farmed here in Zareka. Even in Lilongwe, it's been fed by the tomato which are coming from here. And that's a value which is now Zareka is keeping. Like, we are producing tomato. So can you say that CAD is having a big part in that?
Yeah, CAD has contributed a lot.
Okay.
Not maybe 100%, because production was there already. But with the support, with the visibility, and even the promotion that we have done as the project, I think we have partially completed with that. And for information, currently in Malawi, Zareka is now number 2 in terms of agriculture production. Here in Malawi, we've got about 3 satellites whereby they are hubs of agriculture production, whereby you can go out any time of the year. You find there's massive production of agriculture produce. We have got Gender in the north. We have got in Zareka in the center. And as we go to southern region, there is Cheu somewhere in Zulu. These are the hubs. So here in the central region, it's like Zareka is feeding the entire central region. People are even coming from Zambia to buy tomato here. You don't know.
Yeah, really?
They come here to buy tomatoes.
Wow.
So to us as CAD, being part of the system, we are proud of ourselves.
Exactly.
We are very proud of it. Because even if the contract ends today, wherever we go, we say, no, we are Zareka some time back, we have done ABCD, we have left the footprints. So, as a project, we are really happy for ourselves. We are very proud of ourselves, and the staff, project, to be part and parcel of the winning team.
Exactly.
Sure.
So we can't say that everything was going smoothly, just like clean like that. I believe you've also made some challenges. Even you too personally, you've made some challenges.
Yes.
Working here in Zareka.
Sure.
So can you please share us, be honest with us, share some huge challenges which you faced and working here in Zareka with the community?
Challenges are there. Wherever we go. Whether in Zareka or in Zareka. But here in Zareka, I faced a lot of problems. A few, that stood out being very visible. The first one, maybe the communication, I can't take it as a very big challenge because I knew already that This is the challenge that I face whenever I go into a very new environment. Here in Zalega, when I came, it was really difficult for me to communicate even simple issues, like even a greeting, Jambo. It was really difficult for me to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So with passage of time, I can hear when someone's talking. I cannot even construct very good sentences, but I can understand whenever they are
trying to say, you get the clue.
Yeah. Exactly. So looking at the setup of our office, I'm supposed to assist people there. And the goodness is just very recent where we recruited the interpreters, but previously we did not have interpreters. So it was really difficult. Someone would come to me looking for an assistant, but we're not communicating. So I would have gone out to find somebody to come and assist me what he's saying. So it wasn't really helping matters on the ground. The other issue is about perception. Looking at the camp, we have good skills here.
Exactly.
Plenty of skills. But let's go to our offices now. Let's go to plan. Let's go to CAD. Let's go to GLIS. Let's close. Let's go to the Health Center. How many refugees are working there? At the senior level? No. Okay. No. So that's a challenge. Because you're also going to school. Before coming here, some of you had maybe certificates, whether certificates or diploma. Some of them have got bachelor degrees. They're equally experienced. They can even work as a project coordinator CAD. They can work as any other post here in the camp. But looking maybe at our policies in Malawi, sometimes they don't favor that. Because like they say, if they want to employ somebody else, a refugee or someone from outside, an expatriate. Let me use the word expatriate, not a refugee. Let me use an expatriate. Because if you be recruited support at FBC Malawi, you go as an expatriate. Exactly. So there's a fee attached to that. That particular organization or radio station needs to pay government for employing you. Because you are an expatriate. It's like importing for a service that is available in that particular country. So you can come to CAD, you can apply as an outpost coordinator. You can have everything, but maybe they will be able to pick you. So we are humans. Even if you go to Africa as a Malawian, I'm working in the shop, they used to come. What are you doing here? This is our job. So here, sometimes we do face young people who normally look at us maybe as threats. Whereby they can create a small animosity that why I can do this. We can manage this. Or even if you can go out or this particular organization, we can have one organization in the camp where we're going to be doing these things better than you. So that's it. To me, it becomes a challenge. Because you say, okay, I'm here to work. You also hit. You and me. We are looking for the very same opportunity. So whosoever is like enough,
you have the opportunity.
Let him do it. Because it's not within my powers to say, okay, let's change this. That's why currently in the government, even there's a lot of negotiations that are taking place between UNHCR and Malawi government. And even international organizations to say, okay, what are going to handle refugees in various countries? Because they're not only here in Malawi. It's all over. You go to Plain, you go everywhere, people are there.
We find refugees.
So there need to be very good initiatives to ensure that whenever maybe refugees have left their own countries, even not refugees, even myself, I can go to South Africa today. I should be treated just like another person. If there can be that particular provision, I think it will help to solve matters. So that one has also been a problem. But the last but not least is your resources.
So let me come on this one first, because this is a real challenge. To be honest, this is a real challenge. And most people have been now complaining, because it's like everyone who is having, at least a refugee is having a chance to work. We have a common, should we call it a salary or a stipend?
A stipend,
right? We have something which is common, you understand? So you can't feel superior or you can't feel any happy because of that. And it has to be improved. So you, as someone who have worked with the refugees and you know how they work, what do you think it can be a better move for this thing?
The best way to do this on this one is on advocacy. And I'm happy in most cases, whenever we are working, when you have just been employed, like even myself, when I just got job at CAD, they said, Mr. Simbi, I'll be giving you this. Say, I'll be giving 100,000. That time it was, maybe I could say this is enough. 100,000 watch. I started working. But as time goes on, you now start relating your output versus what you're getting. So when you see that, okay, I think I'm giving a lot of myself to this particular job, but what I'm getting is not enough. That's why we now develop with other ways of getting money. Okay, like maybe I can have a field, I can start farming whilst I'm working. So what will happen is I'll be dividing my time now. I come here to office, I do a lot of transactions. I said, okay, this time I have to go to my farm. To my farm. Let me go to Trombo village and see how things are going. It means by going to the farm, I'm compromising the job.
Yeah, that's true.
I can start a business at the market. I can start other interventions to supplement what I get from the office. So the moment I start doing that, it will affect my performance at the work. But I can't do otherwise because I need to survive. So yes, being given a small stipend can affect your potential. On the no part is a skill that one has. It's not that I can have a skill today, I can start reaping the fruits of that particular skill today. And they are normally discouraged people whenever they're doing that. It's not good. Even yourself. You are doing this particular job, whether as a volunteer or whether you are being paid. But regardless of what you are getting, you should still work hard. Continuing. Because it becomes a culture within you.
That's true.
Someone can identify you from afar. This guy, how much are you getting there? Can you come here? I think here I'll be giving so much. Why is the person doing that? Because he has seen potential in you from a distance. So, to me, work is work. Let's give out our best. And the most important thing about work, when you are working, we are learning. So when you're giving out our best, we learn more. That's the thing that I believe. It's not about only money. No, but about enjoying the job as well.
That's true. So CAD has implemented a lot of food security projects, and through the solar irrigation schemes here in the camp and the host communities. So how did this improve the lives of the people here in the camp and the host communities?
In terms of life improvement, it's tricky. The tricky part is like if someone come to you and ask you, can you define development? What's development? So it's manifested. It has got a lot of faces. One can say development as buying a vehicle. One can say development as constructing a house. Good roads, infrastructure, this and that. So it's electric. But to us as the project, we have got our own indicators. That for us to say, okay, we have done a very good job. We have got parameters that we measure that particular individual. We have got the 5 in number under GA because we are implementing this project under graduation approach model. So we've got 5 indicators. The first one is savings. Whenever we have recruited a participant into our program, by the end of 18 months, that person should be able to save. Whether at the bank, whether it's air money, any form of saving. We mark, say, okay, this one has done a very good job. The other one is household improvement. If you go to the host communities, even if you go to the camp, there are other households, when you visit them, they can't even give you a chair. Even anything for you to sit on, regardless of the type of chair. But they don't have that. They don't have even the radio. So to us we say, okay, they need to be household improvement, whereby the participant should be able to live in a house that is not leaking. It should have good plates. To us, we mark it. Say,
this is an improvement of life.
The other one is networking.
Exactly, networking.
People that don't have money, they don't socialize. Even there will be football match there. They'll never go. Whenever you don't have money, even you feel isolated.
Very much isolated.
The same applies to me. There are times that I lack of money. I normally stay home. Even someone can give me a call. Where are you? Can you come? I say, no.
I'm busy.
I'm not coming. Because sometimes money gives us energies. Gives us power. So we say we need people in the program. They have done well. They should be able to network. They should be able, even going to church. There are people in the camp that can even stay for 5 years without going to church. Even the host communities. People stay 10 years without visiting a church or a mosque. Why?
There is a time. There is a time I wanted to go to church, but I had the money to pay. And I was like, really? So I should go and sit down. After that, I should come back.
You didn't want to go and give your life only.
No. Up until I locked myself in the room. I didn't go outside. To be honest, what you're saying is really true.
So networking is another issue. Without being there need to be network. You should be able to participate in community issues.
Community issues.
Another issue is about nutrition. Food. We should access good food. The food that we want. Because when you have money, you choose what to eat.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
That's true. And even the preparation of food itself, it should be conversant. Okay, if you want to, there are 6 groups of food. If you're 7, or there's 6.
6 groups of food.
If they should be able to know as participants. Okay, if I mix ABCD, I'm able to get ABCD. So that's another area that we look into. And the last but not least is on education. We encourage all our participants that whenever in their families they have got school-age going children, they should be in school. They should be able to send them to school. Because sometimes people can even fail to go to school just because of small issues. But like maybe a shoe. Can maybe send 2, 5, 3, 4, 5 chap can send, I can't go to school, I want a shoe. If the parent don't have money, what will the person do? You find they drop out. So we say whatever get from God, share among the household. If it is a uniform, buy uniform for your children. If it is a slippers, buy. Food in the morning, they should be able to eat the children before going to school. So whenever a person has met all these particular criteria, we said, okay, we have done a good job. You can now graduate and continue with the life. And the last one is the income diversification. Every household should have around 3 sources of income. Even yourself, I encourage you to do that. Have 3 sources of income. Like myself, I work. I'm also a farmer. I farm a lot here in Zarek. Sometimes I buy also animals. Goats, even chickens. Because if maybe I want to come here, I don't know what do I do. I can sell 3 chickens. So it's close to 15,000. I've gotten money. So we encourage people to have sources of income. 3, not only 1. That I work for card, I wait for salary. It won't help me. But apart from this one, I should do other things because this is a contract. If the job ends, what should I do? What next? I should continue living. So that's why we encourage people, not only participants, but everyone, live in the camp or in the host community. Let's have a lot of ways of getting money.
So you also, encourage people to know, cause their wants and needs. So do you even teach that when you're coaching to the
sure
so that they should be differentiating this thing?
Business management, even vision building. This is very important to all our participants. Because I'm telling you, you can now even a friend and you tell him, okay, my friend, I want you by next year to buy a motorbike. Someone will tell you, no, it's not possible. I can't buy. My friend, I'm very poor, I can't buy. What will drive you to say I can't buy is there's no vision. But people with vision, they see everything is possible. So vision building is one of the most elements that we need to have as individuals. Let's impart it to people that are working with. Let them have a vision. Let them believe in themselves that they can do it.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
So in January this year, almost families of 640 to 650 people were being given 120,000. That's almost 78 million above. That was a big move. To be honest, that was a big move. How did that, as CAD, how did you come up with that idea and how did it help people according to you as you observed that?
As I said, money is power. Money gives a lot of knowledge. The program that we're implementing, I said, is graduation approach model. It has got components. And the first one is we call it asset transfer. The other one is consumption support, and the other one is capital itself. So that whenever I work with people, okay, suppose let me give you this example. I said we work with dependent people.
Exactly.
I go out in the camp. We just fish out somebody. Okay, to tell you what you'd be our participant. You'll be participating in broiler production. The person before being put into the program, he was surviving on better jobs. Every morning he could go somewhere, wash clothes and get 500 kwacha.
500 kwacha.
In the afternoon go somewhere, do farming and get 200 kwacha. And you have told him leave that and join CAD for you to do layers production.
Layers production.
Or broiler production. We know whenever it's broiler production, it takes close to 6 weeks for them to sell the chickens.
Yeah.
Now, how will this person survive now here?
All this period of time.
It means the person will suffer now.
You suffer.
That's why we said, okay, we never take the people into our programs. Let's give them capital for them to survive. Because we need them for production every day.
Yeah.
So let's give them money. So that money that we give is around 120. It was supposed to be given 10,000 every month. For a period of 12 months. 12 months.
Okay, yeah.
So because of other logistical issues, the money normally comes at once. The money is there just to cushion them from eating the capital that they have gotten, so that they should be able to develop the business until a certain period of time whereby the capital has grown up, so that they can do their business as usual. Yeah. But the money really helps because we follow it up to ensure that it has been used according to CAD program. Because others can take it, buy a shoe. We don't want that. We want them to invest it.
So that they can get income at the end of the day.
Sure.
Wow, thank you very much. And I can say that the CAD is also promoting the use of renewable resources and energy sources. So how is it impacting the beneficiaries? Because most of people, we don't use most of the renewable resources. Like we use resources which we will need more and more and more, like the use of charcoal. Charcoal is not renewable. It's something which after it's done, you also think of another tree. After it's done, you also think of another tree. So you are also promoting the using of renewable resources. So to this community and the host community, how can that improve the lives? How is it impacting the beneficiaries?
This is very welcome move to us as a project, not only within the camp, even globally. That is what is being advocated for. Going back to the issue of advocacy, I said previously there was an animosity between the POCs and the host communities. If we go to the host communities, we said, okay, we have got the camp here. Is it good or bad? Others say the camp is bad, others say the camp is good. So we normally concentrate on the bad side of it so that we should find solutions to ensure that the next day they say the camp is good. So one of it, that what was highlighted was people in the camp, whenever they've gone out, whether the farms, they normally go to our forests and cut down our trees, for cooking. It's true. People go. And even the hosts themselves, they also do that. But in most cases, they say, no, it's not us, but it's the refugees. So I said, let's bring an initiative that will reduce the need for charcoal. That's why we brought in briquette making. Whereby because briquette is recycled, it's recycled. After cooking, the dust can be taken back. Another briquette can be made out of wheat. From there again. So currently we also have the Espacito Mbaula that has just been introduced, I think, last month. So at the project there are a lot of innovation that are taking place. Others that are still in pipeline to ensure that cooking, we shouldn't only depend on charcoal, because that's what has been agreed globally. If you look at our sustainable development goals, they're driving towards that particular idea with this particular overpopulation. We know if we don't change our mindset, we end up finishing all the forests. So it will have a very big bearing on even our ecosystem. So at the project, we are much into that.
Thank you very much. So remember, this is the Leaders Talk, and the Leaders Talk happens each and every Saturday from 10:30 up to 11:30. We invite a leader and he shares ideas, experiences, and more on how we can improve our society. And you are all welcome to this event every Saturday. So, sir, as you can think of Dzaleka itself, Dzaleka was designed for 10,000 people. And there's an estimation that now the population has increased 300%. Like now we are almost times 5 of that number. We are like 52,000 plus people. So is that a good or a bad thing to you as CAD?
to us as CAD, we can't say it's bad or good, because we have minimal control over that.
Okay.
Because people coming, they're coming in because of different reasons.
Exactly.
Okay. They are remorse. It's pushing factors that have driven them to be here. So to us, we can't say it's a bad factor or it's a good factor. But what maybe we need to concentrate on now is to ensure that everyone is living, is accessing good life. They are safe reliant. That's now where can be our entry point. So it was designed for about 10,000. The capacity was like that. Currently we are over 53, and it's a challenge because we have a lot of people, resources are still dwindling. Even if you go to WFP, the funding is going down. Even if you go to USR, the funding is going down. So it's really bad for us as a project, to see people suffering, and yet we can't reach out to them because of the budget limitations. So the coming in of people, it's a challenge to us, because we need everyone to be self-reliant. For them to be self-reliant, they need to be given capital. But on our end, we do not have the substantial amount of money to ensure that everyone is really having good life. So with the programs that are happening now, I understand the camp, some people in the camp, they are going to be located to Luani, that's in southern region, in Mwanza. Anytime soon, I heard that the program maybe will be rolled out. But in most cases, we rely much on the resettlement. Because normally that one we take it as more durable. Because even if you tell let's go just the camp, they go to Luan. Do we have the services there?
Do we have the services there?
It means we are transferring the problem. We are not solving the problem.
We are not solving. We are transferring the problem.
Because if somebody here is poor here, so don't have incomes here, even if he goes to Luan, it's the very same issue.
It will be the same issue.
So there are issues, discussions of integration, this and that. Though the government is still reluctant, but I believe integration can be one of the good solutions. And the resettlement can be another good and positive solution.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, sir. Sure. So I feel like I have so many questions, but this time I should relate also to the audience. Some of them have questions, so they should ask. So if you have a question, please, you can just raise up your hand and then you ask the question. Yes?
Thank you so much. I only have one question, which is about, I know that CAD has a lot of different projects that they run. So my question is, if someone came up with an idea of a project that is proposed to CAD, how does CAD have a way of connecting with those so that they can be able to run that project?
Okay, on that one, it's a yes or no. The no part it comes in because as CAD, we do not subgrant. The contract that we have with UNICEF do not allow us to take part and parcel of the money and transfer it to somebody, and that somebody liquidate it. When I'm saying liquidate it, what I'm trying to mean is, suppose you've got a project. Let's say you're into graphics. You have written a proposal. You have brought it to CAD. It means CAD should give you what you have requested in that particular proposal. If it is, let's say, 1 million kwacha, CAD should give you what? 1 million kwacha for you to implement it on the ground. That particular aspect is not allowed. But if you can propose that, okay, in the camp, I think this can be another opportunity for the youth. This opportunity can bring incomes, sustainability to the youth. If you can propose it to us, we can take it into the program. When doing the recruitments, we can target that particular program. Are we together? Let me start an example. Like you are into graphics. Because what happens with us, with UNICEF, we are not normally directed what to do. Sometimes it's us at the office level decide what to do with the money. So there are other areas that are known, like agriculture, this and that. But INSA is encouraging us to explore more. Because if you talk about agriculture, even if I include you into the agriculture, can you go?
I can go.
Mashamba. You find it's not very much popular amongst the youth.
Yeah.
But if I say you go into graphics, you can do, because that's what the youth want. Okay. So if you can propose that, okay, if you can do this with this, we'll be able to generate money. Give us a very good picture. Okay, we can do A, B, C, D, and currently it's working. It means we have the money. We give the money. We say, okay, whether it's WF budget, whether it's UNICEF, we say, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to target maybe 15 youth groups or 15 youth with them in the group. We're going to buy them A, B, C, D. With this, they'll be able to do A, B, C, D. There's market. Maybe they'll be going to weddings. They'll be doing this. With the money they get, they can help increase their livelihoods. In return, they can even develop their households as well. Yeah. So in that angle, we can say, okay, the program can come, and as an office, we can say, okay, tell us what you want. You say A, B, C. You also can buy and support with that. But giving you the money sometimes is very difficult. But supporting you with the equipment, that is possible. Sure.
Thank you. My question, first, I have two questions.
Yeah.
The first question is about the products of carrot. Carrot produces various products such as peanut, chicken nuts, and others. But then I would like to know now, are these products made for people from Zareka and surrounding Zareka to buy, or maybe they are made for other markets out there, for other people to buy out there? And the second question now is on there is a program which we introduced in the first place. It was about giving people capital to start a business, some amount of money. Of course, it involved both Malawians and refugees. And many people appreciated that move. But then I would like to ask, how did you manage to control, make sure that some people they don't get this money for just misuse? How did you control that situation?
I think the questions are two. The first one was on the products, on the marketing aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. We are into that. We are into yogurt making, sausage. The target, it's everyone, especially big stores. Because the more we produce, the more we sell. Okay, or the more we sell, the more we produce.
Yeah.
It's an issue of demand driven.
Yeah.
So during the start of the program, the quality wasn't up to date. So like the first 2 years, I think we concentrated much on quality to ensure that the product that we have produced, even if we can take it to Lilongwe, even you in the camp, you should appreciate it.
That is very nice.
Okay? Yeah. So if you're able, if you want to buy from us and you say this is good, it means you've got the market here. And even if you can take the best product to, let's say, to Mponela, to Lilongwe, and there is a growing demand of SA yogurt, it means the participants here will be able to produce more to meet the target. But there are issues that we need also to follow. There is Malawi Bill of Standards that normally regulate things that are edible, like the food, the water. They need to put here their sticker to show that this one has passed what? The test. So they came here and the supervisor of the project, they said, okay, you are doing a very good yogurt. We took the sample for ingredients checking. It was good. But currently we have the problem with MPS. They said we need to meet certain requirements. That's why you saw last year, we had to build the fence. We have bought containers. We need to install machines there. We need to have shower rooms. Because they need to have toilets, shower rooms for you to be certified to start what? Producing food that can be eaten by a lot of people at a larger scale. But if you produce at a smaller scale, that's what we're doing. But that's not our target. Because if you are only produce, let's say 200 bottles of yogurt, how much can you make? It means the participants will be producing the yogurt, but they'll not be making what? Substantial incomes. It means in the end, their life will change. So our target is to reach the supermarkets. to compete with the compensa. We have got compensa at the compensa at the market.
Yeah.
It's being produced by an individual.
Serious.
Yes, the whole of it is producing at large scale. So I said, what if you compete with him?
Yeah.
So we need to meet certain criteria. So currently, we are in the pipeline. We believe by the end of this year, we're going to be certified, we're going to be showroom, we're going to have showrooms. And in terms of participants, as you have said, they are both the refugees and the host communities. The other one is on usage of funds. That one is tricky a little bit because what normally happens is whenever we're doing recruitments, everyone will come to us with a sheep face. Okay? Yeah, everyone becomes a lamb. Say, I know, I'm very please assist me. If you give me money, please ABCD. But once the money has been transferred to his account, it becomes another person now. So it's now us telling to a sheep, please, make use of the money. It changes the direction.
The
vice versa. So, but we are proud to say that it's a very good percentage. About over 80% of people that get money, they use it accordingly. Yeah, but the only problem we used to have previously is the money. The amount was just too small. Because we are talking of, they're getting around 100,000.
Yeah.
So look at Zarega. For you to start a business with 100,000, it's really
A challenge.
it's really a challenge.
It's a task on its own.
It's a task on its own. Because even if I give you 100,000, can you do a business with 100,000? It's really difficult. That's why most of our interventions, most of the participants are old people. Because they can go to the market and sell maybe tomatoes, onions, but the youth, you need sophisticated business. You can't go there and start saying, okay, I'm in business with your onions. And you say, hey, my friend, when it comes there, they talk a lot about me.
Yeah.
So you need something that is a little bit sophisticated. Yeah, so that's why we're thinking of maybe increasing the amount so that it has to be inclusive of even the youth. Yeah.
Now, okay, let's start with them.
Actually, thank you for giving me an opportunity. I'm very impressed with the project CAD is implementing in Cambodia as well, like the radio of people. So my question is that since CAD was started implementing programs here in Zareka in 2010, do you have any successful story from beneficiaries to share with us?
Yeah. Basically, each and every project or organization hinges most on success stories. Each and every year, and each and every cycle of production or even recruitment, as an office, we normally sit down and say, okay, it's now 12 months. What have we done? That is why we say, to us, it's a service. We provide service to the participants. So we need to do an M&D, make an evaluation. Have we really reached the goal, the targets? So yes, in terms of this was we have a lot of them. In the camp, we have a lot of people that have done well, and it's not we are not mandated to mention their names, but we have them that we are proud of them to say, okay, I've been part of this particular system.
Yeah.
Even the host communities, there are some that have done well, but the challenge is what I've said. There are still others that have not even reached there. And I said it's a GA program, an 18-month program. We are doing some adjustments. Because currently it's like after 18 months, you're supposed to what? To go. But the GA, that's not the best place of GA. The best place of graduation approach is you have to go when you have met what? The 5 criteria. So sometimes you might stay in the program for 18 months without even meeting 2 criteria. So whenever you have to meet the 5 criteria, you need to be retained.
Yeah.
But that has brought in some sort of hiding of information. We have participants that are doing very fine. But if you go to them and say, okay, how many bucks have you harvested this year? It means maybe the person has harvested maybe 20 bucks, you tell you only 1 or 2.
Yeah, I have 4 bags.
Only 4 bucks. But essentially, the person has managed to produce about maybe 20 bucks. They don't want us to know that they have done better. They say maybe if I say that I haven't done good, maybe they'll take me back to the program. So that is now becoming a challenge. But in terms of success stories, we have a lot of them. Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simbi. I have had a lot of the success story and also I've learned something new from CAD. Now, my question is that I've heard about this project. They are coming project of insect farming.
Yeah.
Maybe it be the first time. So I really want to know about this.
Okay. I think it would be a really strange intervention in Malawi, because even you have gone around in Malawi and other farms, people have studied it, but not at a very large scale. It's really a new concept. But what necessitated it to be developed with us at CAD was in relation to animal feed. Because the insect farming that I talk about here, we will concentrate much on black soldier fly. We know maggots. For example, yeah, we normally hatch them, they turn into the maggots, into soldier flies. Thereafter, because they are rich in protein, about 83% of it is protein.
Okay.
So in animal feed, the feed that we normally buy from the shops, okay, the most expensive element in that particular feed is protein.
Wow.
So to us, we say, okay, if you can take Madea, okay, message can give to chickens, they only eat for energies, but they not be what? Fat enough, because there's no protein in it. So I said, okay, this is becoming very expensive. What should be the substitute now? Then you say, let's tend to insect farming. The essence is we're going to do production of the insects, tons and tons. After that, we're going to grind them. Then we mix with what? The maize husks. We give our livestock. It means that they will be able to, this side getting the proteins, on the other side getting the starch, the energy part of it.
Yeah.
So it's specifically for feed. But there's an extension of food as well. Because with all the insects, we've got the grasshopper, the other parts of insects, they can also be hatched. So this project is, to us, it's an exciting one, looking at the economy that we're going through now. Because even food itself at household level, if some of them are edible, it means we just say to them, we can buy and food at household level. Yeah. So the project is starting, it has started because the visibility study has taken place. Some of our officers went to Zimbabwe to learn for a week. They're back. It means it's starting, it's really settling very well. And when we establish ourselves, I think it will be very to come and appreciate what's happening there.
Yeah.
It's really a very good project, yeah.
So the project is good.
Yeah.
So my question is that should we expect it to be all, like you say, only for feed the chicken, or should we expect it that it should grow, we go to the national level? That is one. Also, second, when should we expect it? Because it's something that we are looking for.
Yeah.
Because during my research, I came to find out that a lot of breeds were engaged into it.
Yeah.
As in like a lot, almost HQ, while we have maybe 3 women, some men. So it's a good initiative to us. So when should we expect this progress?
In terms of commencement of production, I won't commit much, but in terms of preparation, because currently the place we are going to erect the tent has been identified. Currently, quotations from the contractors to construct the tent have been submitted. Last week, the team went to Blatulilongo again together with minister staff to buy the equipment, the grinding machine, the tents for drying the dryers. Started next week. The other team is coming as well. So I believe next month by August, something on the ground will be seen that we have started, because it's a simple production. It's not so complicated. Yeah, because even though that we visited, we went to Bunda and visited, we also went to Chij somewhere there. Yeah. Someone is also doing it at an individual level.
Okay.
It's simple. Yeah.
It's something manageable.
You can even do it.
Really?
You just need a few expertise. But it's doable. It requires very, very, very simple resources. Even for the construction of the shed itself, it can cost more than $1 million. And at household level, we can use our own, even the tents that we normally get, we use the tents, it's done. So next year, I believe it will be flat on the ground. Next month. Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I think we've had enough, and I feel like CAD, and with you, Mr. Simbi, we can talk a lot.
Yeah, sure.
To be honest, we can talk a lot, and we should find also another day where we'll be talking more and more and more and more. I have also 2 last questions.
Yeah.
2 last questions, and my first question is this: we're having all these services and products which you are providing and which even refugees they are making. But now we have also a challenge of freedom of movement. So which means all of these products which they are having, they only have a chance to sell them within the community. And that can be a challenge because we can have maybe, because you have to be having a demand and a supply, and they have to be balancing. So how do, as CAD, what do you do so that you can remove this challenge or this barrier to the market the CAD is producing?
Okay, in terms of which related to movement of people to sell and buy things, that's now where we're engaging government. Okay. Because even the time we went for certificates for the participants, they said no, the group, there are about 10 refugees, 7 were refugees, while 3 were from host communities. So they went for a certificate for their group. They said no, we don't register whenever someone is a refugee. They said okay, we'll go to Malawians, register them in their name, but the chairman, the leadership is for the refugees. So currently we're still discussing, okay, what do we do now? So we are planning of keep on engaging government, whereby they can be given temporary ITs. Those that are working with.
Yes.
Those that want to be going out and do some trading activities outside the camp.
Yes.
They will be given a temporary IT, whereby they will go anywhere.
Anywhere, wow.
As long as they are there for the purpose.
Yeah, they are going there for a purpose.
They are there for a purpose. So we believe that is possible because even the Ministry of Homeland, they are also interested into our program. So they are the ones that issue out this particular temporary ITs. So we believe once we settle down, people are there, production has the mushroom, we believe that that would be an easy task for us to do. Because production has to match with the demand of the market. So we need to utilize them, they need to have the IDs so they can travel around the country, even beyond the country, so that they can be selling the products and they get money.
Wow.
Sure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
And to be honest, we appreciate for your accepting the invitation, and we have learned a lot from you, and we have also learned a lot from CAD itself. And the other thing I've discovered about you is that you are a man who as you said, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
You don't see any limitation in yourself. You have so many qualifications here. You are having, you're also a leader in yourself, have leadership skills, but you're not giving up with studies. You know, you have the degrees, you have the diplomas, and you're also doing sustainable development at JWL, which is something to learn from you. So as a leader, there's a lot of people who are here today, and also who will watch it anytime, every time they'll be watching this interview. What would be the say you to the audience? What is your say?
Yeah, I think what I can say today is let's not focus. Let's not be short-sighted.
Okay,
yeah. Because in most cases, as youth, we normally one thing that will give us immediate results, but sometimes we need to persevere. We have a very long journey. As I said in my, if I go through my biography, I started with a 6-month program on journalism. I didn't even learn the exams. I said no, maybe I've done it. Let me go and do this. Let's keep on seeking for opportunities. Sometimes these things that we're doing today, they might look as not very important because they're not translating to money. What we do in most cases, most of the young people, we want to do things that will give us money instantly. But in life, I don't think sometimes it doesn't work like that. It works the other way around. So here in the camp, we have got a lot of opportunities. If there's an opportunity to learn is not only studying, anything to learn. Learning is so diverse. So I encourage them to learn, persevere, and be realistic in their planning. Let's have a vision that we can achieve. And I believe every vision is achievable. They should let them work hard in everything, whether it's education or it's business, any professional that they aspire to be. They need to work hard. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's doable. So if we look at, because what motivates me a lot is issues of population growth. Even at the card, sometimes we normally have adverts. Anytime soon we're going to have an advert as well. We need to employ coaches. So say maybe we want to employ maybe 10 coaches. But look what the advice that the application that you have received, maybe 100.
100.
Even globally, it means people, by the time I'm here, someone somewhere is hustling hard.
Yeah, that's true.
It means whenever you are staying at your house, whether you are working, whatever you're doing, just know that at that particular hour, someone somewhere is hustling so hard. So we are competing for the limited resources. So you have to be unique in one way or the other for you to survive.
For it to survive.
Yeah, because you talk of I've got a bachelor's degree. Someone will come again, so I also have a bachelor's degree. Someone will come and say, I have a bachelor's degree, I have a diploma in agriculture. Someone will also come and say, I've got the same. Then I go, then I've got a certificate in liberal studies. Someone do not have it.
Yeah.
So that will be a plus to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So because I've chosen the path of the career path of education, I need to work hard on it.
You need be an expert in that.
Yeah. Whether it's a certificate for 2 months, let me go and do it.
Yeah.
If I've got time. Unless I don't have time. So the issue is let us work hard. Let's push hard.
Let's push that.
It's hard, but it's doable.
Yeah.
That's what I
Thank you very much. Please let's give an applause to Mr. Simbi. Yeah, we appreciate for your coming here. And remember, this is the Leaders Talk. It happens every Saturday from 10:30 up to 11:30. We share ideas, experiences, and how we can improve our society. This is the end of our event. Thank you all for coming here. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much.